Hey guys, what's up? It's Sachika. Welcome to my channel where I do art, student and lifestyle content. So if you're interested in any of that, head down below and subscribe. And I hope you're having an amazing day. And let's get into it. So today is my March plan with me. Now I'm posting this quite early. I don't even actually have my last week of Feb set up in my journal, just like last month, but I didn't have my last week of Jan set up in my journal. But my Feb plan with me video actually did really well, and I think that's because of how early I posted it. So I'm just gonna follow that pattern. My plan with me is my monthly plan with me is, and maybe in the middle of the year my half-year journal switch plan with me will be in the third week of the month. And I hope you guys like that, because yeah, I don't know why, you just have to like it. I mean, it's my channel, I'm doing what I want. It took me a little bit of meandering to get to the theme that I did, which I will explain in just a second in the voiceover, so enjoy!
Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to my notebook view. As you can see, now let's start with the plan with me. Now let me start by explaining the theme for this month. Now the theme of this month is ivy. It was actually inspired by this picture I took on holiday when I had gone with my parents, and basically it was just this building with there was a window and the wall was covered in a bunch of ivy. So that's what I've done. On my cover page, I'm drawing in a window with March written on the windowsill, and then I'm drawing in these areas where there are going to be bricks where the paint has sort of peeled off from the wall, and then I will go over it and I will draw in vines of ivy. So now I am just drawing in each individual leaf on the vines of the ivy. It was quite a long process actually, but at the end of it, it looked so good that I couldn't bring myself to hate the process of it all. And actually, to be honest with you guys, I was just thinking that when I was editing this video, I was just thinking that, oh, I really like watching back the process of me drawing everything. There's some kind of soothing quality in watching the whole thing back. So now I am just drawing in the lines of the bricks in those patches that I had kind of set aside earlier for the bricks themselves. So now I am just going to be coloring in everything in this pastel kind of sort of style, which is inspired by Amanda Rachel's 2020 April setup. If you just look at the way she colored it, it was very sort of pastel-y, and she colored very few things in, and it was all very nice looking. Now to color it all in, I was using the Stormbow alcohol brush pens, which actually in one of my reviews, basically I used them. It wasn't a review, it was a haul video actually. I used them on my Archer and Olive notebook, and it turns out that they ghosted in 160 GSM paper, but if I was light enough with it, it was okay. So for this month's quote, I selected this quote that reads, "I see you over there just clinging to the wall because they told you you like ivy, you were bound to crawl, but you kept looking up, girl, and I know why. You knew someday you were gonna touch the sky by John Hyatt. I just thought the quote was really, really nice and sort of pretty sounding and very, very apt for the theme itself. So if the cover page seemed a little bit empty to you guys, I do later, it's not recorded, but I do later go in and add more lines to it, which you guys will see in the final flip through that I do of the theme. Right now, I'm just doing my monthly log. So I actually have a really busy month in March. I have 3 submissions. Of course, my YouTube videos will be going up as usual and all of that. So I decided to make quite a large monthly calendar. Now each box is 6 by 6 dot grid spaces in case anyone was wondering. And in this setup, once again, I'm drawing in those bricks and those patches of the walls, and I do draw in one line of ivy. I color it in the absolute same way with the same pastel brush pens, and that's that. I keep going back to the cover page to check which colors I used for what. But apart from that, I did forget to add in the days. That's, like writing Monday through Sunday at the top. But I did do that later. Again, like the cover page. Sorry about that. Okay, so this next spread is my habit and mood tracker spread. So this is actually the first time I'm trying the horizontal sort of line layout for my habits, and I'm going to see how it works out for me because I'm used to those mini calendars being there, and you can see me looking back at my Feb setup to see what are the actual habits that I track. But apart from that, for my mood tracker, I do go in and I draw in 4 lines of ivy with these really, really huge leaves that ivy doesn't usually have, but that are just big enough for me to actually track my mood. I will fill them in with different colors. And actually, this month I decided to, since my entire theme was pastel colored, stick to a pastel key, which is going to be new because usually I have a sort of light to dark theme going for my different moods, and this time all moods are going to be pastel, so maybe it's just going to be easier for me and nicer for me to look at when I'm looking back on it. This spread is my meal and sugar and grocery thing that I did even last month. If you guys watched my last month's video, I put groceries with this particular tracker. Now, if you guys are new to my channel, I'm diabetic, so it's a good thing for me to track my sugar levels and my meals, what I eat, because I am on a keto diet to control my sugar levels. And so every month I do add in a meal log and a sugar log where I just write everything down. And earlier I used to put the grocery list in my weeklies, but then I decided a monthly list is just better. Now the next spread is my budget tracker. So again, for anyone who is new here, I am a college student and I do have a budget because, well, even otherwise I would have a budget, but I don't actually have a job right now. My parents are sponsoring me and I would like to stay well within a budget as most college students would want to. And so I do have a budget tracker that I keep and I have 5 categories in that and so on, and I have this every month. And basically the bars on the left page are to sort of visually track how much I've spent, and the columns on the right are a log for what I spent where and how much. Now, this is the last spread of my setup, which is the first week of March. So I'm just doing a vertical Dutch door spread setup thing simply because, to be honest with you guys, in the second week of March, I have 2 important submissions, and then I have one at the end of March, which is the 25th. But basically, because I have 2 important submissions, one is literally on the 8th, so the Monday of week 2. So obviously, I'm gonna have to have it completely and totally ready in week 1. And so I need more space per day to plan out my day a little bit more because I will have a lot of things to get ready for and keep ready by the next week. And so here is my setup, and at the same time I do actually have classes going on. So the sections that I do have in this particular spread are my days of the week, my classes of the week. There's the box on the very left, that's for the classes that I'll have that week. The large box that you see on the very right is notes. The 8th box with the days is homework. And then of course I just added my mini calendar at the top because I do really like to have a mini calendar. And keeping with the theme, I did a blue background for all the days. And then at the top of the page on the left, I just drew in more ivy to sort of keep with the theme. And that is that. This is the final flip through of all my spreads in March. I literally just added a couple of more lines of ivy to the cover page and the weekly spread. I also added a mini calendar on the cover page just because I like to have it there. As you can see in the monthly log, I added the days as well because I had forgotten to do that, like I said. I haven't decided on the key yet, and so those 5 leaves are empty. I left the spread as it was. I didn't want it to be too busy, and this one as well because I will write down my budgets and my recurring expenses and stuff in that space. And that's my weekly, and that's it for this setup.
And there we go. That was that. That was my plan with me. I actually really like how the theme turned out, and when I had tested those pens, well, the alcohol markers, so when I tested those markers on my ArtStudentLife, they had ghosted even through 160 GSM paper, but that's expected. Again, like I said, alcohol markers. But I went really light this time, and so you could just barely see the ghosting in the pages, and I was so happy about that because I was not sure if it would work out, and it did. So I'm really happy about that. I really liked this theme. I hope you guys did too. If you like the video, go down below and leave a like. Tell me in the comments what your March theme is gonna be. How many more videos are gonna watch after mine to see the theme that you would pick. Usually, earlier, that's last year, I would watch all the videos of the channels that I was following, and then whichever was the one that I liked the best, I would go back and watch it again and plan with the video. Yeah, but not anymore since I posted my own. So that's it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and bye.